In question 2, we're going to calculate the cost of a hypothetical market basket of goods. And this dollar cost is how, the foundation of how, in an intuitive sense, the government calculates the consumer price index. So the first thing we want to do is we want to copy the table down here, like we did before, into Excel. Make a new sheet. Paste his numbers. Format it a little bit so you can see what's going on here. Let's see. Format. Merge cells. There you go. And let's try this again. Okay. Looking pretty good in terms of formatting. Let's go ahead and merge all these together. Okay. A little more formatting. Maybe bold it. Okay, looks pretty good. So what we're going to do here is the typical urban consumer in this economy purchases 30.9 tacos a month, 4.6 boxes of Cheerios a month, 1 cable subscription a month, 4.1 chickens, and 2 computers every 100 months. And 2 divided by 100 is 0.02. 4.6 gallons of milk a month, 4.3 movie tickets a month, 1.7 steaks a month, 3.1 6-packs of Budweiser beer a month, 12.8 Snickers a month, 1.2 bottles of shampoo, and 1 hybrid car every 1,000 months, because 1 divided by 1,000 is 0.001. And then 15 TVs every 100 months. That's how you kind of think about that number. And then down here is the total cost of the market basket. So the price in this particular month, January 1st of 2016, the price of tacos for this economy averaged in all the major cities $1.21. Cheerios averaged $3.57 in these cities in that particular month. Cable was $88.56. Chickens were $5.79 on average, and etc., etc. Now the average monthly purchased is kind of frozen for a couple of years. So this stuff right here, the quantities are held constant. The quantities are held constant, but the prices vary from month to month because the government in this particular country is sending out an army of price checkers who gather prices and then average those prices across the country. Now to calculate the cost of this market basket, we're going to take the price times the quantity all the way down the table. So the price times the quantity, the price times the quantity, etc., etc. Now the cool thing about Excel is that once you do it a couple times, you can do it really quickly by just dragging that down. And you can see that this is the price times the quantity all the way down. And then, just like in a grocery store, what would happen? Well, as your groceries are being scanned, right, if you bought 30 tacos at $1.21 each, you would end up paying $37.39, right? But you bought more than just tacos, you bought a bunch of stuff, so now you got to have it totaled, right? So you type equal sum, and then you highlight the stuff above, and you hit enter. So the cost of this market basket is $460.92. I'm going to go ahead and change all these decimal places to 2. Okay. And then we're going to enter them one at a time in my Open Math. So I'll just copy them. And bear with me. Okay, I went ahead and copied all those values into to save you the headache of having to watch me do that. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter and see what happens. And I should hopefully get everything right. Nice. I got all those nice green check marks. Okay, so you can see that in a given month, we're spending $136.05 a month, even though we're buying 15 TVs every 100 days or every 100 months. We're spending $38.29 on average per month because we buy one hybrid car every 1,000 months. We're spending $4.93 each month on shampoo, etc., etc. Now I'll get the total cost of the market basket, which is $460.92, and we'll paste it right here. I'll hit enter to see if I got it right, and hopefully it is right. It should be right. Good. Now, the total cost of the 1983 market basket. So if we go back in time to 1983, this market basket would have only cost $155.72. Right? Why is that? Because we have inflation. The Federal Reserve, the central bank, or the central bank of this economy, has a goal of 2% inflation a year. So every year, you expect the cost of living to go up by 2%. So it takes more and more dollars, or more and more of a nation's currency, to buy the same quantity of goods every year. Now, this whole thing is kind of flawed because in 1983, there were no such thing as hybrid cars. The TVs in 1983 were made of glass and were really big and clunky and had low definition. So this, and the computers in 1983 are nothing like they are today. But a gallon of milk is a gallon of milk. A movie ticket is not a movie ticket because a movie ticket in the 1983 was a ticket to a movie that cannot be compared to a movie of today, like Batman, or the technology's so much better than it was in 1983. But steaks are steaks, Budweiser's Budweiser, Snickers is Snickers. Cable isn't the same as it was in the past. It's much different than it was back then. Cheerios are Cheerios and tacos are tacos. So there's a problem with this way of calculating the cost of the market basket, but that's beyond the scope of this course. Okay, so the total cost of this market basket was $155.72 back in 1983. The way you calculate the CPI is this way. I'm going to copy and paste it right here. And I'm going to copy and paste that value. Whoop. Let me do right click, paste value. Okay, there we go. These are the dollar cost of this market basket, right? So this is the dollar cost of the market basket. And this is 1983. And this is what, 2016? So 2016. Okay. Now over here is a CPI. CPI is an index, Consumer Price Index, with a base year of 1983. What that means is we take the dollar cost of the market basket in 1983 and we divide it by the base year dollar cost, which is what it cost in 1983. So we divide this value by itself, essentially. And then we multiply by 100 to make it a percent. Now, we want to divide all dollar values in this variable by 1983 dollar cost. So I'm going to hit F4 to freeze that denominator and then hit enter. So the CPI 1983 is 1,000. The CPI in 2016 is, and these are in percentages, right? These are in percentages. These are in dollars, and these are in percentages. So the CPI in 1983 is 100. When the CPI is 100, we have an idea that we're in the base year. The CPI in 2016 is 295.99%. And I'll click on it to show you what Excel did. It took the dollar value in 2016 and divided it by the dollar value in 1983 to turn it into a percentage. Okay, so let's go ahead and type in 100 here. And then we already calculated that 2016 CPI, which is right there. And I'll go ahead and hit enter to make sure that we got it right. Ah, nice. Okay, now why did we do this? Why did we convert it from dollars, the cost of market basket from dollars to percentages? Well, this explains, the next question explains why. Okay, so from 1983 to 2016, prices generally rose by what percent? Okay, and the way you do this is what it is, and this is what it was. And remember, percent changes is minus was divided by was times 100. Okay, so we'll go over here and calculate the percent change. I'll calculate the inflation rate right here. So parenthesis, what it is minus what it was divided by what it was times 100. And when you do this, what do you get? You get 195.99%. Right? That's percent change. That's the inflation rate from 1983 to 2016. That's the percent change, the inflation rate overall, right? Now notice, because we've changed these two to percentages, it's much easier to do this. Just take the difference. And why is that? Because we're multiplying by 100 and we're dividing by 100. Remember, in the base year, the CPI is 100. So this right here is just 1. And really, because we turn these into percentages, we really only have to take their difference, right? So go back to my open math. The difference of these two is 195.99. Hit enter. And here's further intuition on why we turn the dollar cost of the market basket through time into a percentage. So you expect a taco that cost $1 in 1983 to cost what in 2016? Well, think of this as 100 cents. And think of this as 296 cents, right? If the taco cost $1 or 100 cents in 1983, we expect it to cost this many cents in 2016. And that is cents. This is dollars, correct? And that's in 2 decimal places. So 296 cents or $2.96. Hit OK and we get it right. Nice. So this is what you expect something to cost in 1983, and this is what you expect it to cost in 2016 in terms of cents. All right. Okay, now down here, we're gonna I give you the CPI in 2015, right? I give you the CPI in 2017. And then we calculated the CPI in 2016, right? Cool. See that? Now we're going to calculate the inflation rate, the annual inflation rate from 2015 to 2016, 2016 to 2017. So I'm going to go back to Excel. So we got 2017 and we got 2015. And then up here we got a yada yada yada, right? So I'll just put a colon there. All the way across. Okay. Now the CPI in 2017 was that. And the CPI in 2015 was this. Okay. Now, remember, I already calculated the CPI for 2016 by taking the dollar cost in 2016 and dividing by the dollar cost in 1983. And I F4'd the cell here. I froze it, right? The dollar sign here says freeze the column G, and then the dollar sign here says freeze the column 11, or the row 11. So if I just pull this down and then pull it up, I get the CPIs for 2015. Again, it's the dollar cost in 2015 divided by the dollar cost in 1983. And I get the CPI in 2017. The dollar cost of the basket in 2017 divided by the dollar cost of the base year, 1983. And then we multiply by 100. Uh-oh, I made a mistake. These are already CPIs. Okay, so I got to back out. Sorry about that. I'll copy this and paste it here. And I'll copy this. I misread the problem, sorry. I can fix it though. Okay, now this makes sense. Okay, so the CPI in 2015 is that, right? The CPI in 2016 is 295.99, right there. And the CPI in 2017 is that right there. I just misread it. I read these as dollar values and their percentages. Okay. All right. So these are the CPIs for 1983, 2015, 2016, and 2017. Okay, now to calculate the inflation rate, remember, it is what it is in 2016 minus what it was in 2016 divided by what it was. And we want to convert it to a percentage, so we multiply by 100. Right? So this is the annual inflation rate, which are calculated year over year. If I pull this down, I get the inflation rate for 2017. So what it is minus what it was divided by what it was times 100. So the inflation rate for 2017, the annual inflation rate for 2017 is quite large. And the annual inflation rate for 2016 is much, or half as much, roughly half as much. Hit enter, and we're done. Okay, so prices generally rose from 2015 to 2016 by 3.1% in this particular economy. From 2016 to 2017, the inflation rate, or prices generally rose by 6%. So price increases are rising geometrically. And that's the end for question 2.